This is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. It is 27th of February at night, 8:44 p.m. And we did the disclaimer. Use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law just yet. Apply the but-for legal standard, the proximate cause legal standard, and I assert all constitutional rights, especially but not limited to equal protection of the application of the laws in the state where I live that should and were intended to protect women against domestic violence offenders, like a stalker or a sex trafficker or someone who would exploit women and children sexually or coerce, force, rape, rob, murder, kill cops, figure all that. That's what they're doing out. All of the stuff that Mr. Perry allegedly does. Hack, peep, stalk. Those are felonies, Mr. Perry, not a date. You know what? Guys that can get an actual date with me, they don't do that shit. Being a peep and Tom makes you a turnoff. You're fat, you're lazy, you're watching TV all day, you're pretending that you have a life and you don't. It's just pretend. A 1-year-old little girl can do what you do. A 1-year-old little girl, literally. That's the lame that you are. Sit around watching TV like a 1-year-old little girl, pretending that's your life, and you've done it for over a decade. All day, every day, you don't have an alibi to prove otherwise. So, the but-for and proximate cause legal standards apply, and then Mr. Perry is one after the other, committing crime after crime after crime against me, and if he wasn't but for him doing that and being the causation, we wouldn't document this stuff in podcasts. We document it for your criminal case. You have one. If we know your people's names, like Calvin, Lucious, Calvin's bald and fat, Lucious, Gipetto, your witch, Sonjay, your hacker, Blankenship, Desiree, Muffin Man. Who's the Muffin Man? That's a nickname for one of your people. Papa John's means to, when you say we're going to have Papa John's or we can't make Papa John's on this one, that means your delivery of the victim to the person who bought them, who's also lame and pathetic and has to buy women. You can't just go get a date the normal way like everybody else on our time or at a bar. Just normal people do. Also, Mr. Perry, normal people, when they're rejected, they just move on. And if you can't, you fail. You're a failure. You can't keep up with the rest of us. Also, Mr. Perry has Huntington's disease. That makes him paranoid. He hallucinates. He's delusional. He has psychosis. And he's got impaired cognitive reasoning. So he continues to go at me, and he continues to get caught. How many times has that happened before you did it to me? How many times after? No other victim has the information I have. Why is that? Why is it different when you do it to me? Perry can't do cause and effect, same and different, before and after. Can't do it. Because we get the information about what crime he's about to commit next, like take my home and my car. Whatever he can do to make me easier to traffic. Ruin relationships, ruin work, he's doing it. And he's caught, and he can't get that. He can't understand. When we say you're caught, we already know. He doesn't understand what you said. You can tell by the way he acts, he has no fucking idea what you just said. Not a clue. It's not clicking. Thing is that, elevators in his head, they don't go to the top. I think they go into that basement. Okay, so he's been drumming up trouble for me at work. And this person right here pretty much does that on her own. We've done some background checking, and former employers had the same problem we're having. She causes drama, stirs up trouble, tries to get other people fired. And I got, they weren't fake about it. They said that, hey, try to get this XYZ person fired. And we all knew, it wasn't her, it was your waitress. And I'm sorry that, now you guys have to deal with that. We don't put up with that here. She got fired. Late all the time, doesn't show up, was selling drugs out in the parking lot, and we can't have that here, so she got fired. And so that wasn't not a big surprise to me. People are who they are. They do what they do. They have their patterns and their habits. So, but that doesn't mean Mr. Perry didn't know that and instigate some things. Or Mr. Roberson, I believe, is more involved in doing that. Calvin, Lucious, those guys. There's a big trafficking thing. So the other thing that we notice is there's certain people that consistently have a lot of stage money, more than everybody else. It's normal to have a lot of stage money sometimes, but not every night, and not in the amounts we're seeing, and then they have nothing to show for that. Not all of them are complete drug addicts. I mean, there's some that that goes right up their nose. That's why they have nothing to show for it. There's other ones that don't. They don't. So why aren't they driving a Mercedes? Unless they're giving it to their trafficker, the person who bought them. And we know that goes on. Everybody knows that goes on. It's pretty common knowledge. There are people, unfortunately, in strip clubs that are trafficking victims. And they deserve help. They deserve a way out, don't they? Relieve suffering caused by crime is what law enforcement is supposed to do. Right, Mr. Perry? When you contact me, sir, I fucking hate it. Why don't you get that? I don't want you. I want information. I want more names. So I get it. What's the grand jury all about? You're trying to find a way to throw her back in jail, which you've been doing that since you did it the first time. You act like nobody will suspect a thing, and we're all scratching our heads going, on what planet would that be? You're a fucking weirdo, sir. You're rejected. You're a fail. You disgust me. I don't want you. No one. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody's sick and tired of dealing with this, and that's why we can quote you. And people that work with you, like Bald Fat Calvin, and Lucious, and Gipetto your witch, and Sonjay your hacker, and Blankenship, and Desiree, and Lawrence, and Ruben, and James, and Dickie, and Richard. Aren't those people that work for you? They're on your payroll. So we got their names. And every time you contact me, I go, I don't want him. I want more. I want more names. I don't want Charles. I want more. I want to quote their meetings. Give me more. And they give it to me. Until your arrest, that's how that's going to be. Why do you think we're getting all this? We're gathering evidence for your criminal case. Right? You should know that by now. When you contact me, we get more. Is that what you want? Seems to be. That's all you do all day, is pester and pester and bother and bother and bother and bother and pester and pester. What does your son Matthew think of you acting like that? What does your daughter Jordan and your wife Jacqueline think about you acting like that 24/7? How embarrassing. How disgusting. How shameful. And what betrayal to them, sir. You're not loved, you're not wanted, you're fucking told on. And told, because everybody's sick of you. We don't have problems getting names. We don't have problems getting information. You do. When you contact me, boy, I get mad. I fucking hate it. What part of that don't you get? Huh? It's not hard to understand even for you. It's disgusting. It's ugh. You're disgusting to me. You're disgusting to me. You disgust me. You're a failure. Because other people just move on when they're rejected. And I said no. And no means no. And the more you do it anyway, the more we get, because the more pissed off everybody gets at you. And you embarrass me. And you're embarrassing your family. And you're embarrassing your friends. And you don't know it. You don't care. Or it's just stupid. We don't know. Which one is it? Things don't click for you? No cognitive reasoning? Boy, we've had enough of it. Get the hell off me. Get off me, rapist. You don't have a choice. As much as we quote you and name your people, nobody understands why the fuck you think you have a choice. Right? Or you think everybody cares what you think. We're all sick and tired of hearing it. So we got this today. Because you never shut up. Look at this. I think that gender discrimination would be more Perry. I'm quoting other people, guys. This is not me talking. When I speak in the third person, that's what I'm doing. Quoting someone else. Would it not be? Okay, so this is, the gender discrimination would be more, or local police. Thank God I have police from somewhere else helping me. What the fuck? I'd be dead. I'd be dead if I didn't, because locals aren't doing shit, are they? They're helping you. Let's convene a grand jury and see if we can get a conviction so we can shut her up. Because she knows what you're doing. She's naming people. We'll just say she's crazy. You tried that before and that didn't work, did it? It's hard to do it when I know before. Because some cop somewhere got that from you to me. and nobody will tell you fucking who, right? So we got this grand jury thing yesterday. What does that say, Mr. Perry? The longer you drag this on and on and on and on, people that actually matter, that actually have power, get mad. They get furious with you. A prosecutor. Let me tell you guys something. You don't want to piss off my prosecutor. You don't. When you do, boy, how do you... That starts that. Don't ask me. How does she know? How did she find out you pissed off my prosecutor? My prosecutor told me the other night, he was like, those little bitches at your job, you can sue the shit out of them. You can sue the shit out of them. And he gave me about 5 things. And he goes, and those chicks don't have any money and they don't have any brains. You can sue the shit out of all of them. And they need to stop that. And I'm like, huh. There's only one that I would probably sue the shit out of if she didn't cut it the hell out. Just be normal. Let's go work. It's not hard. Everybody else can do it. Why can't you? This is just life. Everybody works. Everybody does their best to work and get out of everybody else's business. Right, Buddy and Bertha? Where do you pick these people from? Did you pick the troublesome waitress that seems to get fired from everywhere she is or whatever? I'm quoting this person. She got fired for being late, not showing up, stirring up trouble trying to get other employees fired, and she named one. She was trying to get XYZ person fired and selling drugs out in the parking lot. And you know how it is. These people get high, and then they run out of money and drugs. They come back to work a couple days, make the money to get some more drugs, and then you don't see them again until they're, run out of money. Yep, we said the same thing. They put her in charge. Yep, like I said, I wouldn't put her in charge of watering my plants, much less a business. But when you cause problems for me, we get more. When you cause a loss for me, we get more. We find out things like Papa John's, Muffin Man, your code words, your nicknames. Who's Monique, Charles? So my question is, when you contact me, it is never, what I'm thinking is never, oh, I want Charles. What I'm thinking is I want more information. I want more intel. I want to know more about their criminal activity. I want to know names. I want more names. Give me more names. So everybody goes to work. You piss off my prosecutor, you have a problem. You piss me off, you're going to piss him off. Because that's the guy that goes in and gets the charges filed and decides who he's going to press charges against and who he's not. So that's not uncommon. That's the way it is. That's absolutely the way it is. You're committing a crime against me in Oklahoma. My family lives here. I came here to get away from you and be with my family. And nobody invited you here, and nobody asked you what you think, did they? So you've imposed and burdened on other people long enough. You've been an imposition and a burden on everybody else for a very long time, and everybody else is sick of it, sir. Everybody else sees you like, this.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking
everybody else sees you like that. Everybody else. But the people on your payroll, take them off your payroll, ask them to do the same thing for you for free. And see how cute they think you are then. So, the other names we got was Beverly, Kate, right? Lawrence. Who's Monique, Charles? Who's Monique? That one makes everybody shit themselves. Everybody shits themselves. Right, Lucious? You shit yourself when Monique's name comes up. So, you got people sex trafficking. And so what's happening is, this isn't just at one club. And here's the conversation that I had with the owner. They got money laundering going on with the stage money. And I said this to him a long time ago, and I said, so there might be a drug sale, or there might be a prostitution sale, or there might be some kind of sale of a criminal act involving a criminal act, and they're paying for it by throwing the money on stage, which is money laundering, and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. And there's not a fucking thing you can do to prove that. And it's not your problem. It's the cops need to deal with it. But I don't know how you, just a club owner, and they don't even know about it. They don't know when that's happening or how that's happening or which transactions that's happening to. How would you? How would you know? But if you're a good cop, you're going to sit there and watch and you're going to figure it out. That's your job. That's your job because that's a complicated crime. I just bought a bag of something, cocaine or weed or whatever the hell you bought. And I'm not going to give the girl the money sitting here at the table. I'm going to wait till she goes on stage and then I'm going to throw it all on her and then it's stage money. Jesus, how the hell, what do you do? That is a hell of a case to prove in a court of law, isn't it? That money was actually drug money or prostitution money or trafficking money or some kind of service or product that a sex trafficker would provide. And these little girls, they're 20, raised by wolves, literally. One of them just did something, I could not believe it. And I almost said, were you fucking raised by wolves? And something stopped me from saying that to her. And I was like, she might actually have been raised by wolves, so I better watch what I say, because I don't want to, sometimes that's appropriate. I mean, there's some people that are not raised by wolves, and they act like they are, and they really need to kind of be reminded you had a better upbringing than this, than to do something like that. This one is not the case. This one was literally raised by wolves, literally, and didn't know any better. And I was just like, I'm glad I didn't say that to this particular person, because that would have been probably very hurtful, because she wasn't. I mean, she was and doesn't know any better. Now she does, but she didn't before. And you just kind of hurt for these girls. I hurt for them. They don't have a mom. They never had a mom. I don't now, but I did when I was a kid, and at least had my grandmother when my mom was shitty to me. So they don't have anything, nothing, no one. As a child, as a little kid. And these old farts with limp dicks take advantage of that and prey upon these little girls. These are children. These are children. And they're preying upon them. And they're taking advantage of what they don't know. And they're taking advantage of the lack of stability in their lives. And Charles Perry's one of those people. And we know that. And so is David Roberson. And it's despicable. And what do Matthew, Jordan, and Jacqueline Perry think of that? Mr. Perry, have you told them what you do? You don't have an alibi, bitch. You don't have an alibi. So when we call you Princess Cuckoo Bird, boo fucking who? What you're doing to these children is outrageous and appalling and obscene and vulgar. What you've done to me and my family, the same. You do not have that right. And nobody wants to hear what you have to say. We're all sick of you. We can get information, remember that. You have not one name of anyone helping me at all. And we can get information. And you sit on your fat ass being a creepster and a monster. But when you do it to me, you get caught. Wherever I go, you have some stupid idea in your head. If you start getting caught, I'll just make her move. No, sir, it's not been that way for 13 years. You've made me move a lot. When you go where I am and you continue the crime against me, you get caught because you're pissing off a prosecutor who can go into a judge with some police officers who are really good at what they do. I'm part of that team, and I've said that, and you need to wake up and realize what that means. You have no idea what I'm saying right now, do you? It's embarrassing to me. You embarrass me. So he can go into a judge and get a court order to find out a little more. And then an arrest warrant signed. So go ahead and piss him off, trying to make me leave, thinking that'll make it stop. It's not going to stop until you stop. Because you go where I am, and you're committing the crime against me, and you don't know who I am. You have no fucking idea. You got it wrong. Because it's different when you do the crime to me, right? So you got these little kids, these little children, that grown men are raping, and taking advantage of. And I'm telling you what, when I say if Mr. Perry tries to get near me, I'll beat the fuck out of him. And if there was, we're concerned he would have a syringe or a chloroform rag on him, not more so than like a gun, because he's more into the poisoning and shit. And I'm not going to wait to see. I'll beat the shit out of him. So he's been told if you want to come near me and talk, he must talk. So what? So I can remind you how horrifying you are and how you terrorize people and everybody's tired of that? Because I'm telling you what, you don't want to hear what I have to say. It's right now. I'm saying it now. Stupid. We gotta talk. It types into my phone. We need to talk. No, we fucking don't. You need to shut up. You need to wake up and realize you're in a lot of trouble. Things don't click for you, do they? Stupid. They don't click, do they? So he's doing this to these little girls. Roberson is too. Right, Roberson? Isn't that your thing? Isn't that your thing? Are you running the trafficking in Oklahoma? Is that why you get all butthurt when you get caught, when you do it to me? And I had to tell you, I'm not Wyatt Earp. I didn't come here to mop up. You're buying cops? I don't want to know about it. Leave me alone with that. And you didn't. That was your choice. You're a grown man. You live with your choices, can't you? Preying upon little children like you do. So, when you're watching all the money go on the stage all the fucking time, and you're going, why isn't that person driving a Mercedes? What's up with the old beat up shit? And I'm not seeing this person high all the time. Maybe once in a while, but not all the time. So it's not like this, this is going up the needle up the arm or the, snorting it up. So where's it going? It's going to the trafficker. It's going to the trafficker, isn't it? One of them said, I fell in love with my trafficker. And I'm like, you're kidding me, right? She goes, I don't know how to explain it. I fell in love with my trafficker. Wow. That's not good. But the thing is, that person is too young to fucking know what that even is. They're preying upon these little girls that don't have a fucking family. So there's a big, huge void in their hearts and in their lives where a family should be. And these men know that, and they're taking advantage of it. That's what we're after. And that's a huge monster, right? And what does it take to be able to fight something like that? It takes unbelievable strength and tenacity and the willingness to go through shit, knowing that at the end of the day it's going to come out perfect. There's going to be a lot of people who are free and can finally fucking have a normal day and a normal life and maybe repair family relationships you fucked up. You're trying to make me easier to traffic, and we all know that. You're caught. Stupid. Act like you understand me. I fucking hate stupid people. I can't stand it. When I'm telling you every day after day after day, you're already caught on that, dumbass. And you act like don't know what that means. What do those words mean? Your mental retardation problem is getting on everybody's last nerve, and it's not our problem, and you're making it our problem. Go get a lawyer that knows what the fuck they're doing, because Mark Warman clearly doesn't, or he's just part of your crime. Get a lawyer that knows how to explain to you how it's a bad idea for you to continue to do what you're doing. And talk to your wife Jacqueline and Jordan Matthew, and see how embarrassed by you they are. But I promise you, I have a father who did some things that were stupid, not anything to the level you do, what you're doing, but some stupid things that at points in my life I wanted to sit him down and go, what in the fuck was so important? You had to embarrass me with that. I'm your kid. I gotta live with that long after you're dead. And I don't appreciate that. Why do you think I talk about my granddad all the time? So I don't have to deal with that. That legacy is not what I wanted. My granddad's is. My granddad's is. And you're putting that off on your kids and your grandkids, that now they gotta spend their life long after you're gone explaining all the shit you did, the terrorizing and the horrifying. And I don't even know what to say to that. No one does. You're disgusting. You're fucking disgusting. Could never fit in with the cool kids, could ya?
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting.
Leave me alone! I don't stop!
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone! I don't want free for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Alright, so this is major criminal organization stuff. But, Mr. Perry, nobody likes any of it. When a woman says, leave me the fuck alone, leave her the fuck alone. Stop bothering. Stop being creepy. Stop, you got a creepy weirdo problem and you can't control it. It controls you. It dictates how you spend your day and how you spend your money and how you spend your time, and everybody's sick and tired of it. So we can get information like Sonjay Gipetto Calvin, Blankenship Desiree, Lucious, Muffin Man, Monique. You need to explain who's Monique. All of that information, and every time you contact me, I fucking hate it. It's fucking disgusting. And I tell my guys, I don't want him, I want information, I want more names. I want more names of his people. So, on the waitress, we're not going to tell anybody else. It's coming out right now. It's going out here. And if I get asked about it at work, then I know you're having them listen to these. And you're talking to the people I work with. And you're instigating. But I'll tell you what, everybody's going, wow, I can't believe she has a job there still. She shouldn't. And I guess she was told, don't talk to her about it again. And she did it anyway. And threw some shit in my face. I won that. I got my way, and you didn't. And I went, oh my God. The last one that did that to me, that worked where I work now, has a trespassing order on her now. So, and she wasn't half as bad as you. So do what you do, okay? And the owner's going to have to clean up whatever mess you make, and you're clearly already making messes. And you don't have the right to do that to his business. It's not your business, it's his. And you don't have the right to treat it like that. And if you're a little old fart who can't get a date the normal way, some lame lip dick, pathetic, can't, preying up on young girls and young women, and you think that gives you power, take your dress off. Do you guys all wear matching dresses? Do you? I mean, you're preying upon the vulnerabilities of children and abused children. Kids who are traumatized, kids who don't have a support system. Everything you're doing to me is to try to erode my support system and my finances. so that I'm easier to traffic and everybody knows it. You're not hiding anything. It's not a secret. Things are different when you started doing this shit to me, aren't they, Lucious? Aren't they? It's not even close to the same. It is the same every time you do it to me, wherever I go, Mr. Perry. I know, I'll make her leave, and then we won't be told on anymore. When you go where I am, and you continue to commit crime against me, the guys that are helping me, and a prosecutor you're pissing off, who's going to decide what arrest warrants he puts through and which ones he decides not to prosecute. You know, you do what you do. There's your shovel, dig away. There's your shovel, dig away. We don't have to be nice to you. In prison, you're the kind that gets to beat the fuck up, because you never really could fit in with the cool kids, could you? Even prisoners are repulsed by little bitches like you. So, yeah, you know, that's for your attorney to have to deal with I gotta give my client special protection because he's a pussy and he's gonna get beat up because he picks on kids to feel tough. People in our society don't like that. We don't tolerate it. Grown-ass men who beat down little girls and use them for profit illegally. And use women and children for profit and entertainment illegally. There's nothing illegal about walking in a strip club and watching a girl dance. There's something very illegal, though, about trafficking her, exploiting her, pimping her out, making her sell drugs for you, and all that crap y'all do. And we know you're doing it, because you started getting caught when you did it to me. The shit you hid all your lives, everything changed when you did it to me. You need to wake the fuck up. It doesn't matter, Mr. Perry, where I go. Because unfortunately, where I go, you go. And you continue on with the crime. What day are they going to put you in jail? And we're done. Nightmare's over. No more terrorizing. No more horrifying. No more creeping me the fuck out. No more you can't control your weirdo problem and we're all supposed to feel sorry for you. No more. It's done. You're done. And yesterday's not soon enough. Now, what is it you tell your family you're doing? You sit on your fat, lazy ass perverting around all day, causing one problem after another. Huh? What day will that be? And we don't have to deal with it anymore. You're a burden, and you're an imposition. Everybody's sick of it. They were sick of it in Manford, and we all said that. You're getting on everybody's last nerve. We're all sick and tired of this. And that was in 2019. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. They're horrified by you. They're horrified by you, David. You're not oppressive. You're a monster. And you're a monster everybody wants gone. So we got Lucious's name, and Sonjay's name, and Calvin's name, and Beverly and Kate's name. We got all their names. And Blankenship and Desiree, and Sonjay, and your Muffin Man, and your Papa John's code words. Muffin Man's a nickname for somebody, right? Who? Who's Monique, Charles? Yeah. Stuff that's hidden came out because people got sick of dealing with you. Nobody likes crime. They don't like drama.
Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes?
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes?
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
People that I know that want out, let them out. Because you're going to piss off my prosecutor. Alright, David? Right, Charles? Right, Blankenship and Lucious and Desiree and Bald Fat Calvin? How many more can we get? That's what I want. Mr. Perry, contact me.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please.
When Mr. Perry contacts me, I don't go, ooh, baby, I want him. The creepy guy's cool. No, the creepy guy's not cool. The creepy guy's lucky I haven't kicked his teeth in yet. Because that's what he has coming, isn't it? You get near me, that's what will happen. You need to wear a football helmet. And you're going to have to talk to me from across the lot. I'm not going to wait to see what you have on you. And knowing what you've done to children makes it very hard for me not to want to just beat the fuck out of you like they do in prison. Everybody feels that way. With guys like you. Never could fit in with the cool kids, could you? I don't sit there and go, ooh, I want that weirdo. I sit there and go, I want more information. I want more intel. I want more names. Get me more names. Get me more intel. And boy, how do they do, don't they? And you asked for it. And there's your shovel, dig away. And that's what we got today. And that is the one I did early this morning, dealing with the grand jury convened and perpetrated an intentional deception on them. We found out before, sir, not after. You like to make people lie, don't you? And that's the waitress thing. This is the trafficking. Right? Certain girls get a whole lot of money thrown on them every night. That is not normal. It's just not. There's going to be guys that save money for their bachelor party or the guy's night out or whatever, and they're going to walk in and they're going to get some ones and they're going to throw them on the stage. But it's usually not the same person every night and not in the thousands. So what money's being laundered on her? Mr. Perry, I don't want to hear from you. Get the fuck out of my phone. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing from you. You act like when I tell you, when you contact me, we get more. Is that what you want? You need to control your creepy problem. Control it, sir. Control your weirdo problem. Control it. You got power. Stop going around telling everybody you got power. You don't have fuck. You can't control shit. If you can control something, control your creepy little weirdo problem, okay? Or shut up about the power. I don't have any power. Your whole life is run by a weirdo problem. It's embarrassing. What's your kids say about that? Do they know what you do all day with your time? Why are you in Oklahoma? Do your kids know what you've done all day with your time for a decade? Golly, why aren't you embarrassed? Everybody else is embarrassed by you. Why the fuck aren't you? You don't have the right to bother us with that. Get the hell out. This right here, listen, the sheriff wants to talk to me, and I said I would talk to the sheriff with a caveat. You gotta read Mike's docket all cover to cover, like I did. Know your shit when you talk to me, or I'm not gonna waste my time. No, you better know your shit on my case. Read mine. There's about 3-4 lawsuits. You probably need to get your prosecutor to help you understand it, because it's lawyer shit. Understand what went wrong. Here's what should have happened in what they did, which was illegal. That's their thing. They buy judges. Judge Cummings, I think I said this morning in podcast, because I'm tired. I've been up all night, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to deal with Mr. Perry's drama shit, waitress. Would you handpick her knowing that she's a troublemaker everywhere she goes? So you brought her where I am? Is that what you did? Something. Is she one of your trafficking, she buys drugs from me, customers, Mr. Roberson, or whoever, one of you guys sells drugs? I mean, stop bothering people with that shit. Nobody likes it, by the way. You just, one thing after another, because we can't get, we're pathetic. I don't even know what to say to that kind of mindset. It doesn't occur to normal people to think like that. Princess, do not contact me again. I fucking hate it. So I've just asked them for more names and more intel. You know I don't like it, and you do it anyway. Stop embarrassing yourself. Okay, this right here is, Sheriff, is the other thing you need to educate yourself on. Surely you got some guys that can go watch that crap. Don't threaten the club with a raid, because the club isn't doing shit. And there's a bigger problem than the stuff you're talking about. The problem is that kids are being abused. Little kids. Little girls. You okay with that? I'm not. I'm not okay with it. I can't imagine why anybody would be. So our guys are already working one angle going at Perry and Roberson, these people, because I'm quoting them. I found out their code words, didn't I, Richard? Okay, well, you're a local, and this shit's happening in your jurisdiction, Sheriff. Go in and find out go in there and watch where girls are getting a whole lot of money on them consistently, and how much money, and why are they driving that clunker? Why isn't it a Mercedes with that kind of money? Who are they having to pay? Who's the trafficking guy they gotta pay? Paying somebody. That money's going somewhere, and it's too much money for them to be able to keep it. They live in a dump, so why are they having all that money go out the door, and they have nothing to show for it? Sometimes there's drugs, sometimes there might be a little bit of that. This is not that. This is going to a traffic daddy. Because that person is being made to commit crimes for the traffic person. They don't want to, they're being forced to. Okay? Against their will. Because, I'm just sitting there watching, I'm just like, wow, this is pretty blatant, in my opinion. Pretty fucking blatant. You'd have to be a fucking finger paint cop to not sit here and watch this and not get it. Pretty quickly. You can see it. So, why aren't you doing something? These are children. What if it was your daughter? What if your daughter ran away? What if somebody did this to her? Okay, a lot of these girls don't have families. They might have some extended family that's worried. What about God? God's a father to the fatherless. What about him? What about what he thinks? He gave you a talent? He gave you an assignment? Fucking do it. Do the fucking assignment using the talent and the resources he gave you. So, our guys are going at it from the top. Why don't you go at it from the bottom and meet in the middle? I kept saying everybody wants to know who the guys are helping me. If somebody would have done this right from the beginning, they'd probably bump right into them. Just geniuses over here. I don't know what to say. It's different in hillbilly land, that's for sure. So, they want to put the victim in jail. She's talking about it, so let's get a grand jury indictment and allege that she's talking about it too much. And let's go into court and lie again. That's our thing. Duly noted for the record. We got all this today because Mr. Perry can't fucking leave me alone. And, he's got to impose the creepy problem that he can't control on everybody else. You guys all wear dresses. You feel pretty in those dresses you wear? Do they match? Because men don't pick on little girls and rape them and make them do things they don't want to do. Okay? They don't do it. And then there's this that we got, because here's the thing. The longer Mr. Perry does the crime to me, the more he gets caught, no matter where I live. He'll think it's this at one place, so he'll get me kicked out and I'll leave. And he'll threaten me, you're going to have to leave. Really? I don't think it's any of your business. Why are you even concerned about where I live? Ask Jacqueline, Jordan, and Matthew if they care where I live and where I work. Alright? And, they're going to have to defend your bullshit and explain it and apologize on your behalf long after you're dead. And you don't have the right to put that on them. You don't. It's shameful you would do that to them. And then there's this. This whole thing is being discussed right now. And I think this is possible. The question was, did that girl know that if she involved other people in having to handle the money because she wasn't available at the time, that if it came up short or when it came up short because she stole money, that all she'd have to do is go to them and say, you got to pitch in to help pay the boss. Did she know about that? And I believe she did. So did she do that on purpose? Made herself unavailable so somebody else would have to go to the register? Because the thing is me and the other guy shouldn't have had to go to the register at all. We shouldn't have had to. So why did we? We're having to do her job. And she's in the back gossiping and stirring up trouble and bad-mouthing and causing drama while we do her job. And then the door comes up short, and then she comes to us and goes, you gotta pay. We both said, go fuck yourself. I don't think so. We were cleared. When you're cleared, then you can talk to, to somebody about how what happened that made the money short. We're cleared. We were only back there like twice. You were back there all night. So, this individual asked to see the video and different parts where we could tell something happened funny with the money. And I'm not going to get into details on that. I'm just going to leave it at something happened funny with the money and not get into details. So what you see on a camera like that is all night long, money taken out of the drawer, handed to somebody, money is taken out of the drawer, handed to somebody, taken out of the drawer, handed to somebody, some's put back in, some's taken out, put in her pocket, some taken out, put in her pocket. All night long, that's all you see. So you can't tell what's legit and what's not, because there are occasions that taking the money out of the drawer and putting it in her pocket is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfectly legal transaction. There was money owed to her, or there was some change made, or there was something like that. So there was nothing wrong with her taking money out of the drawer and putting it in her pocket. But then there was a couple of times where it was. So where something was incorrect about the way it happened. Okay, and when she's handing money to someone and it's coming back, unless you know what is due, you're not going to know if it's legal or not. So you got to provide some context, and when I'm trying to provide context, this bitch interrupted me and started screaming 3 times. I want to see the video. Right, I'm trying to show you the video. I'm not just going to show it to you. You need to know what you're looking at. I got to provide context. No, just start screaming, interrupt and scream and argue, and I finally was like, well, there's not going to be a viewing tonight, because I don't talk to people like this who are crazy. When you can reason and logic like a normal human being, an adult woman, then I'll show you what you want to see. Until then, bye-bye. We're done. So she didn't get to see it. Act like a grown-up. Act like a fucking grown-up. So this is the individual that has been fired from jobs before for not showing up and stirring up trouble. The exact words I'm quoting: stirring up trouble, trying to get another employee fired. And not showing up, being late. And she was just told, don't do that again. And she did it again. Like, she goes, it wasn't 30 minutes. She was told, don't do that the fuck again, or you're fired. And she did it again. What's wrong with you people? You're told, you're caught. We all know. It's a crime. It's a criminal act. You're caught. Don't fucking do it again. And then complain when we quote you. It's not 2 minutes and Mr. Perry goes right back at it. There's your shovel, dig away. So when your guys were running around going, how'd you find out about that? How'd you know? We don't even know what to say to that. You know good and well. You know exactly why. How I found out. Because you pissed off my prosecutor. Never a good idea to piss off a prosecutor, is it? Because he can get a court order wiretap or whatever they do. He can get investigatory order signed and an arrest order signed. And every time you mess with me, it's different, isn't it, Lucious? Any of the victims have your name? Any of the victims have Calvin's name and know he's bald and fat, or Sonjay the hacker, or Gipetto the witch, or Monique, or Muffin Man, or Papa John's? Means that Papa John's is the little code word for delivering a trafficking victim. You guys feel pretty in those dresses you wear, picking on little babies, little girls who are vulnerable, and then trying to make people vulnerable who aren't. You feel tough like that, acting like that? There's a reason you're repulsive in prisoners. And Mr. Perry, you fucking control your weirdo problem. Control it. Alright, so I didn't finish my thing with Judge Cummins. What I said is, he didn't sign the orders. What I meant, sometimes I think faster than I can talk. What I meant to say is he signed the orders, but he didn't give a reason, and the Supreme Court has ruled you do not decide a case on a whim. You do thorough research, you consider the facts, you get all the facts first. Remember, I was not in his court, he never heard me say a word, never saw my evidence, didn't listen to my argument, he shit all over me. He went duck hunting with Mr. Perry instead. So all of his orders have no reason. They're just denied, signed. So when I said he didn't sign it, that's not what I meant. What I meant was he did sign it, and that's it. There's no reason given. You don't decide a court case on a whim. Sir, judge, with all due respect, you research. You take in all the information. You look at all the admissible evidence. You hear the witnesses. You let both parties participate, especially the one who has the burden of proof. That would be me. I filed the suit. Instead, you guys go duck hunting, and there's an ex parte hearing and an illegal one. At which time you then denied everything I did. And I'm going to tell you something about people in Lubbock. The people in Lubbock knew me 3 years before Charles Perry crawled out from under his rock and ran for office. A lot of people didn't know him. They knew me when he did what he did to me with the illegal arrest, which is what that lawsuit was over. Violation of my civil rights and due process. Anybody with half a brain can see they did do that. People in Lubbock were out upset, and we heard that what they said is, Mr. Powell also went around and told people, I made the biggest mistake in my life. I never should have taken Charles's word for it. I don't know what's going on with him, but I never should. It just didn't occur to me she might be telling the truth. Turns out she was telling the truth. When you look at these texts, when you look at this stuff, what's he doing up there? So, where's the political vendetta? What's it about? Where's the issue? Where's the rants about it? Because I rant when I'm pissed. So if I was pissed about something political, there would have been a rant about it. And there's nothing. In 12, 13, 14 years, not a fucking thing. Because Mr. Perry was a fucking peon, as far as I was concerned. I didn't do state legislation. I did federal. There's no emails, there's no rants, there's no tweets, there's no nothing. He doesn't matter. He's insignificant and not relevant. And he doesn't legislate in Oklahoma, does he? He can't identify his legislative duties, and he can't identify what state he legislates in. Because the guys in Manfred said all of her correspondence talks about he's going behind her house and watching her in her backyard. And having, his employees spy on her in restaurants. Or he's doing it. And none of that is what you need to do to pass a law in Texas. So, people in Lubbock were pissed. They pride themselves on being holier than thou, and fully expected you all to make it right. And when you didn't, we got a lot of intel out of that, including finding out you went duck hunting with Judge Cummins. So, you want to know how I know? That's how I know. You don't decide a case on a whim. You don't do it. That's not how you do a judgeship, sir. You're a federal judge, and you acted like a fucking thug. Okay, so again, duly note for the record, what I said is they're trying to do everything they can do to erode every part of my life so that I'm easier to traffic, right? We got another one because you did that. This one, and the one where, we know she's upset about being trafficked, but she's gonna have to be complicit. Really? Nope. I don't. What you're doing is illegal. It comes with a life sentence. And nobody has the information we have. Nobody has the names we have. Nobody has the evidence we have. You don't even know what all we have, do you? You know you're seeing things you've not seen before when Perry pesters me and takes my money, or causes a problem for me, or drama, or loss, or hardship, or suffering. And the longer Michael Neely's in jail, the more we get. And I've quoted you guys again all fucking day. You know why? Mr. Perry creeped on me, and bothered me, and pestered me, and creeped on me, and bothered me, and pestered me, and had to tell me what he thinks, and how he feels, and all this crazy shit that I don't give two fucks about. We're all sick and tired of hearing it. And for whatever reason, that does not click for this guy. It doesn't click for him. He cannot understand a fucking thing you say. We've heard that too. Somebody told our guys, you can tell something. He's got Huntington's disease. When you're talking to him, every once in a while his eyes will glaze over and you can tell he has no fucking idea what you just said. Just like she says. No idea. So you repeat yourself, and you can tell you're waiting for him to kind of get the look on his face where you can tell he understands you. He doesn't. It doesn't happen. He doesn't. Certain things he's not understanding. He has no idea what you just said. Not a clue. And I mean, this crap that he's doing, the creepy stuff, and the pervert stuff, and the trafficking, and the peep and Tom problem, and the poke and peep, and his guy says it, poke and peep and pink penny pathetic pussy Perry. That's his guys. I'm quoting his people. They're embarrassed by it. His own people are embarrassed by him. And he has no idea he should be too. Not a clue. He's embarrassing me. He's embarrassing his family. He's embarrassing his friends. And he's embarrassing people that he works with on the trafficking. Even they're like, oh my God. What in the hell? So the guy's like, you can just tell it's not clicking. He's not getting it. He doesn't understand you. So that Huntington's disease is definitely... Mr. Perry, again, I don't care what you think. Why the hell do you think I care what you think? You weren't asked, were you? Nobody asked you. What did we say? Fuck the hell off, rapist. Fuck off. Control it, sir. You got a weirdo problem. Control it. Control it. I don't care what you think. I don't give two fucks what you think. No one cares what you think. Were you asked? I don't think you were. You were asked to fuck off and leave me alone. Leave me alone. Shut the hell up. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Mind your own business. Get out of my life. Get off me. Get off your ass. Go work. Go be normal. And fuck off. Stop bothering. Stop it. It is ridiculous that you can't control yourself better than this. You embarrass everybody. Why can't you get that? Why? Get out of my phone. I don't want to hear it. Get the hell out of my phone. He starts typing in my phone shit, and I'm like, what did I fucking just say? What did I just say? When you try to talk, hacking is a felony. Get out of my phone. Get out of my phone. Get the hell out of my phone. If I stop and yell, sometimes he'll leave me alone for 5 minutes. Sometimes he doesn't. I figure it's worth a shot. So, hang on. So, all this stuff they go around, how'd she know? How'd she find out? Creepy Chucky is creeping on me again, and hacking, and trying to talk to me. He wasn't asked what he thinks. We're all sick of hearing it. How many times I gotta repeat that? You guys like getting caught, or you get the bitch off me. He needs to go work. Go do something normal. There it is right there. We know she's unhappy about being trafficked, but she's going to have to be complicit in the crime that comes with a life sentence. Okay, oh wow. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can take that and shove it up your ass, alright? You have to kidnap me, which is even worse. Yet trying to erode every part of my... Listen, we put this stuff out and then wait for you to prove it, yes or no. True or false. Do what you do, okay? You've done it over and over. The case they have against you is getting to a point you're not going to be able to breathe. And that's the goal. It has always been the goal. Here's your shovel, dig away, right? Bury yourself, if you insist. Criminals are stupid, or they wouldn't be criminals. So it's not hard. It's so easy it's not even fair. We find out what you're up to. We put it out. Very strategically, very methodically, then we wait for you to prove it, true or false. You prove it true every fucking time. You took my home, you took my car, you're trying to fuck up family relationships, fuck up work relationships, fuck up all kinds of relationships, because you think that'll make me easier to traffic. But who got that from you to me? Fucking stupid. The more Charles contacts me, the more pissed off we all get. He was told to stop. Control yourself, pathetic. It's creepy, Charles. It's not hot. It's not sexy. It's turn off. And you're fucking creepy. So we get more. I don't say, oh, I want to see him. You know what I say? I want more. Because when this more that we get is to lock him up. So he can't do that to me ever again. There won't be any more peeping, poking, bother, pester. He's got to tell me how he feels and what he thinks. Typing it in my phone. It's fucked up weirdo. fucking weirdo. Get the fuck out of my phone. Get the hell out of my life. I tell you, just type in it, what he thinks about this and I'm like, wow, did I ask you, Connie Curry? I don't think I did. Why did you go out with Connie? About, nosy body. I fucking hate nosy people. My life in Las Vegas, Nevada was very different than it was in Lubbock or here. Very, 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 very different. It's a lot faster paced. Nobody fucking has time for this shit. The nosy body crap and the, meddling and the getting in other people's business. And nobody has time. Everybody's busy working. And I ran my business, and then I get up and I take my kids to school. Then I ran my business, then I'd pick them up. Then they had tennis or soccer or something like that. Come home, do homework, go to bed. I mean, God. And then I had like 4 different jobs: full-time mom, full-time durable medical equipment company, full-time PT clinic, and lobbying, so that I can help my patients. Federal lobbying, bitch, not state. I don't fucking waste my time on that shit. The only reason I did that with Teen Challenge in New Mexico is because I had a lot of kids my dad hurt that I had to explain and apologize. I'm wondering, why the fuck did you embarrass me with this? What was so important that you had to embarrass me the hell with this? And listening to them cry and tell me what your dad said this or did that to me or your mom, and it really shook my world, and it had a hard time getting over it. And I had to apologize to them. And the only thing I had to offer, I can't get your time back. I can't get your life back. I can't get promises made to you that were not kept. I can't give it. I'm sorry. But here's what I can do. Only thing I know to do is to try to work with New Mexico legislators to make sure that doesn't happen to anybody else. And every single one of those kids said, thank you. Let me know what I can do to help you. So we tried to get some laws passed in New Mexico to make it where kids at a religious teen rehab type facility like Teen Challenge would have some oversight from somewhere. God, the National Teen Challenge office didn't give 2 fucks. The Assemblies of God didn't give 2 fucks. They just let people do whatever the hell they want. So if the church won't police itself, which that is their responsibility, to have accountability. And they didn't give a fuck. We called them first. They didn't give a fuck. So then you got to get the government involved. Somebody's got to keep kids safe, don't you think? And I was telling Governor Martinez's office and Lieutenant Governor Sanchez's office, let me tell you something. I am not for the government getting involved in stuff like this. But where's the church? Where's the National Teen Challenge people? Where the fuck are they? They're letting this go on. They've known about it for a long time and didn't do shit. Did not do a fucking thing. Let these kids get abused. Let them get screwed over. And did nothing. And I can't imagine that. So I am asking you to do something normally I would never ask for. Because I'm all for keep the government out of our shit. But when you're talking about the lives of kids, now you got a different scenario. And when the church fails, then somebody's got to do it. So as a church, you're asking for it. If you're failing to keep things accountable. You don't abuse kids, dumbass. Because somebody somewhere is going to get your ass. It'll bite you in the butt somewhere. There's a thing called karma. Charles, I don't care what you think. Get out of my phone. I don't care. We're all sick of hearing it. Why will you not shut up? Just shut up. When you contact me after I've asked you to leave me the fuck alone, everybody goes apeshit on you, and then we start quoting you, and we get names like Lucious and Calvin and Gipetto and all that. Is that what you want? What is your stated goal? You know what ours is? You go to jail, and all that stops. All that's gone. You're not around anymore to hack me. And tell me how you feel and what you think, and then I get asked, what is it, San Francisco? Is it the feds? Is it your gym? Is it your mom? Have I ever answered those questions? You ask them every day. And I never answer. Why the fuck do you think I would start all of a sudden now? You're an idiot. I'm sick of dealing with it. You're a fucking idiot. I mean, everybody's tired of this, Charles. That's what matters. Nothing else. Nobody's going to help you. I told you what to do if you want help. You don't want help. You don't want it. So you're not going to get it. Now it's almost pretty much too fucking late. There's not a whole lot more he can do. Because you continue to prove us out. You just continue to do, I mean, we catch you planning it. They're going to take my car. Sure shit you did. But there's oddly 5 fucking car accidents first. That I didn't hit somebody, they hit me. Or you had a brick thrown at me on the highway. So, I mean, what planet are you on, whack job? You know, we shouldn't have to be burdened with your mental problem. We shouldn't have to. The fact that you're burdening me with it is working against you in another case. See, if you had left me alone, they wouldn't have a case, would they? Leave me alone, bitch. I'm not asking you. As much as we quote you, why do you think you have a choice? See, you're just not all there. We don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. You and your not all there bullshit. So, you know, you bother your wife with that. Then get it off me. You're slimy, ick, nasty, I'm mentally ill, feel bad for me. Bullshit. Get it off me. Okay, so we got this, Mr. Perry, because you're contacting me, and I've asked you repeatedly to get the fuck out of my life. And don't contact me again. Leave me alone. He typed into my phone, you need to leave. Really? Say it to my fucking face, you pussy coward. Get your football helmet on and yell it across the parking lot, but you say it to my face, you fucking pussy coward. And try to remember who it is you're talking to, because we got this. Because you started trying to do that. So when I say he's trying to erode my life to make me easier to traffic, now we sit back in here, there's your shovel, dig away. You prove that true or not. That includes work relationships, family relationships, it includes everything. Creepy Chuggy. Does it not embarrass you that you're creepy? Because it embarrasses me. It embarrasses everybody else. You're a fucking deviant. It's inappropriate what you're doing. Get the fuck out of my fucking phone. And do not contact me again. You mind your own business. You go be normal. You bother your own family with your bullshit nutbag problem. And leave me the fuck alone. You don't have a choice. As much as we quote you, nobody understands why you think you have a choice. It speaks to your delusion. It absolutely speaks to your delusion. So we put it out. Here's what they're doing. Now y'all prove that true or not. There's your shovel. Dig away.